Carol Danvers, prodigal child of the...
Can you believe that it's been 15 years since the inception of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? We sure can't, but time works in its own little strange ways. Fitting, considering today's comic book topic. Plus, the upcoming Marvels movie will be the 33rd title in the franchise, so it's only right to check up on some interesting trivia and tidbits about the movie and its dynamic trio of heroines: Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan. Since it's a trio this time around, the title reflects that. In fact, this will be the first MCU sequel not to have the quote-unquote main protagonist's name at the forefront, since there isn't necessarily just one. Instead, the Marvels reflects two different incarnations of Captain Marvel along with Miss Marvel. Wanna learn more? Then let's dive in. For starters, besides those first two milestones we mentioned, the Marvels will be actress Iman Vellani's first feature film role, alongside Samuel Jackson's 15th role in an MCU project since the first Iron Man movie, counting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What's more is that before Nia DaCosta was hired for the project, there were plans for either Olivia Wilde or Jamie Babbitt to take the main director role, most likely due to the former's success with 2019's Booksmart and the latter's experience with numerous hit series such as the Gilmore Girls. While these initial ideas were scrapped, DaCosta will nonetheless be a unique addition to the MCU in her own right, as she'll be the first black woman to direct a feature film for Marvel. Appropriately enough, this diversity translates into the film as well, as the character of Kamala Khan is said to be the MCU's first ever Muslim superhero. Speaking of Kamala, did you know that besides being one of Marvel Comics' newer characters, having been created in 2013, Kamala also underwent quite a bit of concept changes. For one, in earlier phases, creator G. Willow Wilson considered making Kamala Arab American instead of South Asian, and even thought of making Michigan her home place before putting her in Jersey, closer to the other Marvel superheroes. If that's not enough, other abandoned ideas include making her a Reed Richards fangirl who would go by the name of Miss Fantastic, to even being a mutant instead of an Inhuman. Funnily enough, the MCU would end up using the mutant idea as her origin story.
What are you?
Moving on to our other heroine of interest, we have Monica Rambeau, who went by many names during her superheroic arcs. Captain Marvel was her first, with her extra-dimensional energy powers and supreme bravery landing her a spot on the Avengers team. She would then continue to assist the team under the name of Photon after losing her powers, and would finally reappear as Spectrum, a prominent member of the mighty Avengers, the Ultimates, and Strike Force. Woo. Okay, now that's an impressive resume. What's intriguing is that her initial appearance was in the Amazing Spider-Man Annual Issue 16, and her artist, John Romita Jr., originally intended for her to be modeled after actress Pam Grier, before her look was eventually modified by other staff at Marvel.
Yeah, she's feisty.
As for the person who is essentially synonymous with the Captain Marvel identity and is the current title holder, we have Carol Danvers. Formerly known as Miss Marvel, Kamala's current identity, Danvers also went by Warbird and Binary before her current role. Carol Danvers was introduced in Marvel Superheroes in 1968 as an officer in the United States Air Force. She later became the head of security at the NASA facility and crossed paths with Captain Marvel, whose name would serve as a foundation for our three gals. In the 1980s, Carol Danvers' powers were further enhanced when she was experimented on by an alien race known as the Brood. This transformation allowed her to tap into the power of a white hole, granting her the ability to manipulate energy and cosmic forces. Now, as Binary, she would act alongside the hero team known as Starjammers. Without going overboard with the summaries, at some point, Mar-Vell would end up sacrificing himself in a fight against the Phoenix Force, an ancient cosmic entity. This event would inspire Carol to take on the mantle of Captain Marvel, and well, here we are today.
Answer the question.
Beyond temptation.
Of course, when taking all these unique backstories and rolling them into one, you kind of have to strike balance above anything else. Luckily, director Nia DaCosta confirmed in an interview that the film will lean toward those emotional and mature tones that some of the recent Marvel projects lacked, while still having plenty of light-hearted breather moments. This is, after all, the same director that worked on both a crime drama and a sequel to the classic horror film Candyman. On that note, since we had confirmations that it will follow up on WandaVision, it's worth noting that Megan McDonnell penned the script, so we're expecting one hell of a ride regardless. With all that said, did you enjoy this dimension-shifting journey into one of Marvel's most anticipated projects? And more importantly, are you looking forward to what Phase 5 has in store? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section, and, if interested, check out our other videos. Every like and subscription helps, and we hope to see you again, same channel, different time.